Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first video of mine you've ever seen or heard, my name is Katherine and I live with my lovely husband Ben and our 10 children. If you have a look around on my channel, you'll see all sorts of different things, me talking about homemaking and decluttering and simple living and looking after children and all sorts of things. But in today's video, I thought that I could just kind of share my evening routine, what I get up to, preparing the coffee pot, making my husband's lunch, and listen, I'd really love to be able to say that I'm like so amazingly efficient and I do this every night, but some nights my husband gets home when I'm ready to go to bed. So sometimes I'm doing the coffee pot and the lunch in the morning, but on this particular night, I was very happy that it was just a chill night. I was in my lounge clothes and I had been quite reflective about being able to stay home. I talk about being a housewife, but the only reason why I can actually have that title is because I have a husband who leaves the home and goes to work every day, affording me the privilege of actually being able to stay home with my children. What a gift. What an enormous honor that I am married to somebody who works very hard every day. And honestly, since I've known him, he has worked primarily in physically demanding jobs that have demanded his body to crouch and bend and lift and move and be masculine and strong. And just like me, he's not getting any younger. So I think originally when I started this channel, I wasn't exactly sure with what I wanted to do. And it got me thinking, it was kind of the same with marriage. When I was younger, I just wanted to be married and have children, but I never actually knew how to do it or what I was really doing. And now that we've been married for 18 years, I feel like I'm an expert and a beginner at the same time. I feel like I've still got so much to learn, but the one thing that helped me the absolute most, I think, was just letting go of perfectionism and just doing my job. Because I think about what makes my husband happy. First of all, he's pretty much always happy. He's not prone to being grumpy. He's not prone to being easily annoyed. He's very patient. He's a saint. Hey, he taught me how to drive a manual car, so surviving me, he's just really a wonderful, great guy. And I've asked him before, like, how do you want me to be? What would you like to change about me? And I'm expecting things like a little bit of plastic surgery here, or me to look different or have different color hair or something. And he would say things like, for you to not worry, for you to be happy. I honestly don't know who is listening to this right now, but as someone who is closer to 20 years married than not, I can absolutely hand on heart tell you that my husband is like many, many, many men. They just want their wives to be happy. Now, I remember when I was younger and I was immature, I wanted things like, I want new carpet. My carpet's disgusting. I hate this carpet. I still don't have new carpet, but I feel like my heart has been cleansed so much that I'm not so worried about the carpet anymore. I'm pretty okay with it. I mean, yeah, I do want new carpet. I want a renovated bathroom. I want the kitchen roof to be fixed. I'd love that door under the house instead of a window. I'd love to lose weight, like 10, 15 kilos. I'd love to have totally ripped abs, like totally ripped. But at the end of the day, my husband loves me because when we became married, neither of us had been married before. I hadn't even dated anyone before my husband. And I find that I loved him very, very much when we first got married. But now, all these years later, all these children later, all the surgeries, all the trials, all the difficulties, the different struggles we've had, our marriage has only grown and strengthened because we try to give to the other person. Letting go of what I wanted and just enjoying being married and loving my husband and doing things like making his lunch. Man, if I could go back, I wouldn't have been such a brat. I wouldn't have been so much like, where's my new carpet? Because here my husband is, leaving the house every day, never complaining, struggling with insomnia for years when he was a shift worker. And it's actually only been the last year that I've started making his lunch. Depending on what shift he was, he'd be able to eat at home, or he'd eat before he left or after he got home, or, it was kind of all over the place. And honestly, I have a lot of kids. Like, he could confidently go to work knowing I would be at home tending to the home. And to see his children run to him at the door and a smiling wife filled his heart with joy. He didn't really need much more than that. But now, if I can sneak vegetables in that he doesn't really love, make his sandwich nice, if I can even learn how to make homemade fruit chutney, make his pickled carrots, still greet him with a smile, maybe with a few more wrinkles around the eyes. He really doesn't ask for that much. So it's interesting how much you can learn through time, but also how much you can learn through just letting go. So I've always been this homemaker, right? But now I'm so much more serious about it. Like, I really want to do so well that I want to please him. And I really want to encourage other people who want to be good homemakers to, one foot in front of the other and do it. But sometimes we have stuff that we need to let go of. It might be physical clutter. It might be emotional stuff. But wanting, striving, pushing one foot in front of the other, making goals, and trying to succeed is great as well. Could you imagine? You think about it. If my videos inspired people enough that they'd actually want to subscribe, or they'd want to share the video, or rewatch it, or comment, or anything like that. If by some hope and a dream I ever had a monetized channel, for us, it would mean being able to see my husband more and him not having to work so hard outside of the home. It might mean I get new carpet. Who knows? Who knows what amazing miracles could occur? But I really appreciate my husband very much. And I tell him that often. I do. Now, I try to put more effort into how I dress and how I look. It's honestly mostly for myself. But I also know that it pleases my husband as well. And it's funny because if you know me in real life or you've watched my YouTube videos, you probably know I'm no feminist, but I feel so much confidence in my marriage. I feel so supported and loved. And I feel like I'm my own independent person, but I've got a really good teammate on my side. So there you go. That's what I kind of felt like saying. I love my Ben Murphy. I love him so much. And the kids make fun of me sometimes because if I'm talking about him, I might even cry. And they'll be like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, I just love him so much. I just feel so joyful knowing that that's my man and I'm his girl. But I know that's not true for everybody. And it's funny because years ago, I had actually have people telling me, "I'm sad about my marriage. Don't talk about your happy marriage." Or some people are in abusive situations and they don't have it as good as you, so you should be quiet. And that's literally years ago. Look where we are now. We've got these women running around absolutely hating on men. It's like a poison. Think about how hard men have it. You know? Do you really think about it? They're almost always involved in the most dangerous jobs and situations. They almost always do the most disgusting, filthy work for other people. They mostly have to leave the house to go and earn their money. They don't have the privilege of staying home. And even if they are their own boss, sometimes they really have to just be like, "Sorry, I can't take time off. I gotta go work. I gotta make money so we can pay the bills." So I'm probably going down some big rabbit hole, but it's just my encouragement for you. If you're in a happy marriage and you love your husband very much, how much do you tell him that you love him? If you have a husband who leaves the home every day and works really hard, what kind of things could you do to maybe make home a little bit softer, a little bit warmer, and a little bit nicer? Maybe putting those fruits and vegetables in his lunch that he sometimes brings home again and then admits that he bought KFC. Or maybe putting those fruits and vegetables in because you know he'll look at it and think, "She really loves me. Look what she made me." Or maybe you have areas in your relationship that are hard. You have those hard, rough edges. I have had them too. I have had times in my marriage where my heart has felt broken. But the Lord has healed me from those pains, and they're just like this tiny forgotten memory. Call out to God. Ask Him to change you. Ask Him to renew your heart. Ask Him to strengthen your marriage, to change your husband. Ask for God to help soften you. Because I look back now and I think of those times when I'm so cross at him because we don't have new carpet or something like that. And I just kind of go, wow. I'm obviously not knowing your situation or wanting to diminish any struggles or different things that you go through at all. I'm just kind of having a chat and sharing a little bit. I just think, I got all these kids. I got 10 lives that I have such strong influence over. And if I can love their father, if I can honor him, if I can be a smiling face when he comes home, or not yell at him, or nag, or pick on him, or belittle him, if I can give him a fresh towel and fresh sheets and a nice coffee. Don't worry, I'll give myself a coffee as well. My children see that. They see me living that life. And man, what a good life it is. I sit here today full to overflowing of love for my husband and of gratefulness for him. I love that man. It's a laugh a minute with him. It's lots of fun. I still miss him every day when he goes to work, and I'm so happy when he comes home. But I've really tried so hard to change my dialogue to saying thank you for working for us. I appreciate you. I love you. You're amazing. And you know what? He's not really a words of affirmation guy. Like, he doesn't really say that kind of stuff to me very often. But through him going to work every day and working hard and coming home every day and smiling and hugging me every day and being just wonderful and loving and amazing, that's speaking louder than words. So be encouraged. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.